Good morning! We're here once again at the Wild Basin Trailhead. This is the first time we've been here in the year 2020. It just opened up maybe a week or two ago, so we're pretty excited. We're going to go for Bluebird Lake. Alright, and we're starting here from the Wild Basin Trailhead, elevation 8,500 feet at about 5:50 in the morning. And like I said, Bluebird Lake is a little over 6 miles out. It's a really pretty hike though. We should get to go by about 3 different waterfalls. I am really excited to be back in the Wild Basin. This is a beautiful area. We're hoping to see some pretty cool wildflowers today. And right there, according to the sign, 6.4 miles. This will be nice to get Bluebird Lake. We tried to sneak it in last year and we just ran out of time. That day that we did the Ouzel Falls hike, originally that was supposed to be Bluebird Lake, but I was just way too gassed out from the day before and doing Copeland Mountain. I couldn't hardly even walk, so we didn't make it. We're back on the main trail now. We had just done that little bypass that went over by Copeland Falls. Yeah, it's really pretty over there. Lots of water coming down. We're up to the first trail split, and as you can see, according to the GPS, we have come 1.5 miles, which is really cool because the sign says the ranger station is 1.4. However, I started that from the car and we also walked down to lower Copeland Falls, so you got to add a little bit for that. We're up here to the third waterfall, Ouzel Falls. And I keep testing my GPS to make sure that it's accurate, and I'm showing 2.8 miles right now. You actually have to hike off the trail for a tad to see Ouzel Falls. I don't think we're actually going to do that right now. We're going to keep moving up to Bluebird. I mean, if you want to see that, just watch one of my other videos. Quite a few mosquitoes and gnats and everything else flying around out here today. GPS has it at 3.2, so it looks like I'm just that 1/10 of a mile over still, according to the signs, which say that it is 3.1. All right, and I believe we're pretty close to the halfway mark. We have come up a little under 1,000 feet in elevation gain, so that means we have, you know, the majority of the gain still in these last few miles, but it gets really, really pretty up here. We're going to walk through the area that was burned, I think, way back in like the 70s. This is probably my favorite part of the trail. It's just so beautiful up here, and you get some really epic views of the surrounding 13ers. Copeland, Alice, Meeker, and they're all down here. That's looking over at Mount Alice, probably one of my favorite mountains in the entire Rocky Mountain National Park. The hike up to that thing was so fun. One of the best hikes I did last year. We're about 4¼ miles into the hike at an elevation of about 9,900, which means we have roughly only 1,100 more up to Bluebird Lake. That's not bad at all. So I think we still got roughly about 3 miles left. That's looking over at Copeland Mountain. That is a hard hike. I did it last year. If you want to see it, go check out the video, but my goodness. You do like 3,300 feet of elevation gain in like 2 miles. We're arriving at the final trail split, and this is going to be the final section. The last 2 miles or so up to Bluebird Lake. Just past the trail split, and I was at 4.7 miles there, which is just a smidge over what the sign says. I believe the signs are going to say it's 4.5. We're getting up to the pretty section. I mean, the whole thing's been pretty, but my goodness, look at this. That's Ouzel Lake, and my odometer says 5.1 miles right now. So that's pretty accurate, because that's a 5-mile hike. Just hit this little rock slide area. We're just over 5.5 miles in, at an elevation of 10,300, and I believe we're looking at about the last mile right here. We weren't really sure what the snow conditions were going to be like, and so far this is the first amount that's actually significant. However, as you can see, it's not bad at all, walking right up it. And this is by far the sketchiest part so far. It's pretty much about 15 feet straight down the snow. We got to get to the trail. Yep, just slide it straight on down. And then going up this part on the way back, we're probably going to put the spikes on. I know I am.
Get that?
Yep, I sure did. Hopefully that was the worst part right there. I think we might be in trouble, folks. I think we're staring a hike fail down, because it looks like the last real steep part up to the lake, just every way up has snow over it, so I don't know. We're real close now. over 6 miles into the hike. It looks like we only have about 300 feet in elevation gain to go, but I don't know. All the slopes going up to the lake right here look like they're covered in snow. We're stopping to put the spikes on real quick just to make this last little section as easy as possible. Looks like we only got maybe about 300, 350 more feet to go. We just got to get up over this little ledge right here. Oh yeah, these make it so much easier. This would be kind of scary if I wasn't wearing these at the moment. Yeah, it's real slushy. And we just hit a real tough part. It is straight up snow right here. We can't get up that. So instead, I hate to do this, but we're gonna have to hike off the trail for a second. Right here, just kind of take it up alongside the snow, up and over those rocks right there. Otherwise, this hike is over. This marmot literally just came running down from the top of the hill, along with that one. This little part right here is hard.
Go that way?
No, it just comes straight up. Come right here to the inside of this rock. Yeah, there you go. Almost there, folks. So close. We did it, folks. Bluebird Lake. That was a pretty tough hike. Good job. High five. Boom. We conquered the snow. We're gonna head on down, see if we can find a place out of the wind. But I don't know. It's pretty windy. And amazingly enough, I believe I have found a spot out of the wind, right behind this big old boulder down here. And these are the final stats up at the lake, looking at 6.9 miles, and that is a little high. It's almost 10:15. We've probably been sitting up here for about a half an hour or so. But it's time to go. It's time to head on back. We had an accident coming down, and we're not even a quarter mile. We already wiped out. So we're gonna stop for a second and bandage this up. Busting out the first aid kit. We doctored it up. I think we're gonna survive. Yeah, my mom does not have good luck out here in this wild basin area. The other time she wrecked was at Ouzel Falls. We had to go to the emergency room and she had to get 11 stitches. We're working our way down these snowy sections, trying to be careful. We don't want any more accidents. But yeah, this is really slick along here. But look at this amazing view. And that part was a heck of a lot easier coming up the snow rather than sliding down it. And this is literally the last hard part. She's doing it the smart way, coming down with the side step method. I just about broke a hip coming down right here. My foot went down into this hole. Oh my goodness. We're making pretty good time on the way down. Clouds are starting to roll in too. Pretty sure it's going to rain here later. But that's why we started so early, so we can get in and out of here before we get dumped on. We're maybe a quarter mile or so from the trailhead, and we're gonna manage to pull this off without getting rained on. Nice. And we're back. Wild Basin Trailhead. We made really good time coming down. It's about 1:30. We're back at the car, done with the hike. My GPS said that it was 13.9, so I think it's overshooting a little bit. You know, because I believe the trail signs say that it's 6.5 each way, so 13. So I'm a little off, but still, what a great hike. It's a beautiful area. It's really nice to get back into the Wild Basin. Hope you enjoyed it. And until the next one, y'all, peace.